My name is Laurie Arnold. I'm an enrolled member of the Lakes Band of the Colville Confederated Tribes, and I wrote Bartering with the Bones of Their Dead to share a story of tribal sovereignty. In the mid-20th century, Congress passed House Concurrent Resolution 108, a measure that laid the foundation for the termination of more than 100 Native American tribes and bands across the U.S. Termination was designed to end the federal tribal relationship for good through buying out tribal lands and tribal identities. Most tribes were terminated involuntarily through Bureau of Indian Affairs coercion or obfuscation. On the Colville Reservation in northeastern Washington state, something different happened. The Colville tribes are made up of 12 bands, some who originally lived on the land base that became the reservation, and some who moved there near the end of the 19th century. Like other government-imposed confederations, the Colvilles did not always share a common vision. This was never more evident than during the termination era of the 1950s and 1960s, when the internal Colville debate over termination demonstrated the Colville band's complex relationship with one another and with the federal government. Some Colville tribal members wanted termination. Reservation residents favored removal of BIA oversight and longed for the days when they could manage their own land and financial affairs. One tribal member asserted, "I know what freedom was before the Indian Bureau. Well, wards of the government is a mild word for prisoners of war. I hope to live to see the day that I will be free once and for all." Other pro-terminationists wanted the cash payment termination would mean, and estimates of that payment ranged wildly, from $20,000 to $80,000. Members of this group tended to live off the reservation and have limited cultural or familial ties to the land. Tribal members who opposed termination wanted to hold on to their land and to their identity, and also wanted the government to honor its promises. One tribal member said, "In the Indian sense, land stands for existence, identity, a place of belonging. This is the significance the Indians are asked to destroy, and understandably they hesitate. Indian rights and liberties cannot be sold." As the Colvilles consider termination among themselves, Native American tribes and groups throughout the region and the nation looked on fearfully. Leaders of the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and Kalispell tribes sent a plea to the Colvilles. No flag will rise on Colville Termination Day. There will be no salutes, no marching bands. The forests and lands will echo with the sounds of commerce and development, but they won't be Colville sounds. We call on the Colvilles now. We, their neighbors, who see the smoldering spark of the once glowing embers of an ancient brotherhood slowly going out. Come back, Colvilles. Come back from your pilgrimage to nowhere. The Colville Confederated Tribes remain today on their 1.4 million acre reservation in Washington state. Tribal members never approved a termination plan, and the tribe has flourished through good times and held together during bad. Today, the tribe has more than 9,000 members and is one of the largest employers in the region. The Colville termination debate raged for nearly 20 years. During that time, some tribal members changed their vote from one side to the other, but tribal members consistently asserted their tribal sovereignty, even if each side interpreted it differently.